Hey guys, I wasn't expecting to do a reading today. In fact, I'd rather be playing Need for Speed right now, but I'm getting bullied into it. Sorry about background noises, the house is quite noisy today. It's the weekend, again, it's midday, my kids are running wild, so it's one of those readings. I'm also quite a bit scruffy, so sorry, wasn't expecting to do a reading. It is how it is. The crows were shouting at me this morning, as they do when they want me to get up and do a reading, and I kind of ignored them, to be honest. I was kind of doing what I wanted to do this morning, and then as I was I thought, it crossed my mind. I was like, oh, maybe I should have done a reading. And I got a pinch, like on the, I don't know if I can show you on camera. It's a bit awkward, but like somebody was pinching me really hard here. So I don't know, maybe somebody's pinched you really hard on the back of the arm. Really, really big pinch on the back of my right arm. And I was like, oh, okay, so maybe you want me to do a reading. And then it came again, like really insistent, this big pinch. And then since I've started setting up for the reading, it's not come back. So I don't know what it is. You tell me. Is it a ghost trying to literally grab my arm and bring me to my card? I don't know. But I did get some intuitive stuff through last night, so I was a bit naughty for not doing a reading, to be honest, this morning. Now I like this image because I'm into it. The first thing I saw last night was Batman. Just one second. Yeah, sorry. So the first thing I saw was Batman. He was so if this is my mind's eye, this is the image. Batman was stood here, facing this direction, and I could kind of see him from his torso up. He was side on, and he was wearing. Now I can't think if it's any particular Batman, but it's a more modern Batman because he's wearing like like the hard material that they make the suit out of, but it's kind of mask was made out of that too. I could really clearly see like the shape of the mask's cheekbones, like very clearly, like a sculpted hard mask. It kind of, if I had to kind of guess like what kind of material it would be, I was kind of thinking maybe like motorbike helmet material, but like obviously like a matte black, but I don't know why it's so specific. Sorry, just constant reminders to be quiet while they're outside my room. So yeah, really really specific. I don't know why it's so specific. Maybe it's just because I really like Batman. I was like, oh, that's a cool outfit. Like I intently looked at it, but it kind of came and went, and then it kind of came back to my mind again, and I was thinking, oh, I wonder what material it was made out of, and I very clearly heard carbonite. So I was sat there thinking, is carbonite a real material? Because to me, I'm pretty sure carbonite is the stuff that Han Solo got stuck in. He gets like frozen in carbonite. But I don't know. I don't know if that's actually if that's a material that exists in the real world. I don't know if Batman ever has his armor made out of carbonite. I don't know, but that's what came through, so that may mean something to someone. Then I had a dream, slightly embarrassing dream, but it was what it was. Very very vivid. I was at an event and there was lots of people. I was kind of when you're at an event, the seating is kind of tiered, so I was kind of up and to the right of this tiered seating looking at everybody, but everybody's kind of ignoring the performers, the entertainers. They were all on the phones, all chatting and on the phones, and sort of to the right of the stage there was an entertainer who was a merman dressed up with a big mermaid tail, like Neptune kind of thing. But he kind of came up really close to someone who was on his phone, and kind of like the person was surprised and everybody kind of laughed. And then some other performers started to the left of the stage, and I was like, oh my god, it's Madonna. But it wasn't Madonna, it was a drag queen dressed up as Madonna, and there was a second drag queen. There was two drag queens, one here and one here. And I know, right? You're laughing at me for my crazy dreams, but they always mean something to somebody. The Madonna drag queen was singing Hanky Panky. Nothing like a good spanky. Sorry, absolute chaos today. I just feel like maybe this is your life because it's going to feed into some of the other stuff that I have to say. So yeah, Hanky Panky by Madonna. Nothing like a good spanky. Don't take out your handkerchiefs, I don't wanna cry, I just wanna hanky-panky guy. So yeah, I love Madonna songs. So I don't know what that means to anyone, it must mean something, but I also couldn't breathe. So I woke up from that dream and I couldn't breathe. It was like there was no air in the room, or I was breathing but there was no oxygen in the air. I couldn't breathe. So to me that meant somebody having a panic attack. I wasn't having a panic attack, but I just had that suffocating feeling. So I don't know if somebody's suffering from panic attacks. I don't know if somebody's panicking about something, about perhaps performing, or there's something there. Now what's this? What's this next note? Photo, 2 people, right side faded. Right, yeah. So I could see, again, an image. It looked like it was a photograph. I looked like I was looking at a photograph like this. But the right side of the image was very, very faded. Like the photo had been left in the sun, but the sun had only been on one side of this photo. So yeah, this side was very faded. It looked to me like a lady in possibly a yellow dress. The right side was much clearer. This was a man who was wearing he was quite stocky. He was wearing a black t-shirt and he had like a silver chain with a cross on it. I think he was wearing a cap, and he possibly had something over his shoulder on this side. So yeah, that could be something. And then I saw an elderly couple in a in a bedroom or a nursing room. There was a bed. The lady was walking with a Zimmer frame, and I heard the man's voice say, "Leave that alone." I'll try and do the accent. It was American, I think. It was like, "Leave that alone." Like, leave that alone. I don't know what accent that'd be. I can't remember it very clearly. I've slept since then. Right, so yeah, quite a few messages there. I don't know why all this is coming through. I feel like I need to tell you that I'm getting these. Maybe it means something to someone. I don't know. So I was like, right, okay, fine, I'll do the reading. So I've randomised 2 songs for you on Spotify. You got Pink Skies by Affleck's Palace, and the lines that jumped out to me: everything is an attempt to be human. That's off the cover of the album. Everything is an attempt to be human. So it's almost like maybe imposter syndrome, somebody having panic attacks, with the drag queens as well. It's almost like somebody wearing a costume, being something that they're not. I don't know. I don't mean to be offensive in any way there. Everybody has the right to represent and present how they want to present. I'm not saying that makes you less of how you see your identity. I want to make that very, very clear. But this idea of kind of like playing a role, putting on a performance. Perhaps somebody's has a lot of social anxiety, perhaps, or imposter syndrome. Everything is an attempt to be human. Feeling very different, feeling almost like an alien, perhaps, because you feel so different to everybody else around you. Long summer dreams. Long summer dreams closer than they've ever been. Pink skies, this holiday lasts forever from today. Okay, so we're getting this kind of almost like a dream world thing, possibly somebody who perhaps smokes weed or has something where they kind of feel like they're in a different reality perhaps to everybody else. This was coming through in one of my other readings. I don't know, could have been Virgo's reading, or I can't remember which reading it was, but it was this feeling of like being disconnected from reality, of feeling like you're in a bit of a dream world. Pink skies. It's kind of what happened to me when at the start of the year, when I kind of had all this kind of stuff happening. I would look at the sky and think that this sky looks impossible. The sky looks like it's never looked before. It looks like it's a fairy tale sky. It's like pink and blue and gorgeous pastel colours, like a painting or a Disney movie, right? And I'd be looking around and thinking, is everybody else seeing the sky the way I'm seeing the sky? So I don't know if somebody else is having this kind of same weird, almost like strange experience where you feel a bit like reality's not quite reality. Yeah, I felt like I was going crazy. I'm not gonna lie. But it helped me. It helped me to watch tarot videos and things and hear other people reporting the same kind of experiences and thinking, well, if other people are experiencing it, I don't feel like I'm crazy. Like, there's weird stuff happening to me, but I don't feel like I've lost my mind. I don't know, perhaps someone can relate to that. I mean, when people go crazy, they don't think they're crazy, so maybe I am crazy, who knows? Maybe somebody's asking these things about themselves. Okay, so we've got this idea of like long summer dreams, a holiday that lasts forever, right? Now the next song that came on was Country House by Blur. Somebody who's been living a very fast-paced lifestyle, been perhaps working in like the city, like finance, or some kind of high pressure workplace environment, and perhaps thinking about retiring, moving to the country. I saw the world card, which can mean travel, global travel. It can also mean a new cycle in someone's life. So it's almost this kind of feeling of, I think somebody's kind of perhaps very, very stressed, especially with the panic attack feeling like they've been playing this role for far too long, really wanting to kind of move to a place where they feel more settled, where it's more relaxing, where they can enjoy life a bit, perhaps possibly carrying a bit of emotional or mental baggage, which means that they might need to do some sort of therapy. In another reading, I was also getting through perhaps somebody who needs to go to some sort of rehabilitation centre, a spa possibly, but this sense of having to like get away from it all, have a bit of a time out to heal. Is the way it's coming through. What else did I see? I also saw the comic and the kiss card, so it'd be interesting to see if they come back out. Right, I'm going to tune into the energies. Hopefully things are going to calm down a little bit. I'm going to tune in and we're going to pull some cards and find out what they want to tell us, because I want to go and play Need for Speed. Back with you in a moment. Right, okay, let's go again. Sorry for the noisy house. Feeling a little bit calmer now. I felt very rushed to do the reading at first. But now, like, yeah, I'm settled into it. Feeling a bit less hectic. Let's go. So that, again, anything that happens in a reading is normally part of a reading. So it could absolutely be something. Well, we've got quite a bit to talk about, apparently. No wonder I felt so rushed. In the underline, we've got the empty room. Yeah, somebody could be moving out, moving home, moving city, moving state, moving country. The first thing I saw was the mask. Again, I was talking about perhaps someone has been feeling like they've been wearing a mask, not showing the true colours, putting on a performance in their everyday life. A lot of anxiety with that. I'm also seeing the sword card, which to me is to do with the need to cut something out. Also, if you look at the imagery of this, I'm just going to put it right in the middle. I feel like I need to put it like this. We've got this dark side and we've got this light side. I feel like this is the authentic person, the authentic soul, shining their true colours. The dark side is almost like being kept, this personality being kept hidden. Apocalypsis. So yeah, the sword is here indicating something that needs to be cut out. Something needs to end here with the apocalypsis card. So this is like can sometimes feel like a tower moment where the rug's being pulled out from underneath your feet. Everything's been turned on its head. It can also be somebody who's come close to death. So what I'm picking up on is possibly someone, I'm hearing an ambulance siren as well in the background as I'm saying this, somebody who may have had a near-death experience. There's a line in that Country House song that says, talks about his heart. What does it say? His heart, I can't remember, something to do with heart problems it mentions in that song. I feel they need to go to this card next. The prayer, yeah. So it may be somebody that was close to death. They prayed for life. They have life. They have a second chance. It doesn't even mean close to death. It could be almost like a death of the soul. They're giving me a song. Let me just get it. Silent Sigh by Badly Drawn Boy. 1 second. I'm playing the music. Never stop living here till you keep, till it eats the heart from your soul, keeps down the sound of your silent sigh. So it's like somebody who's almost been wherever they are, whatever situation they're in, it's like almost like dying inside slowly, like feeling suffocated. Yeah, I got that suffocated feeling. Feeling like they're not being their true authentic selves. Yeah, feeling like a little bit of the soul has been dying piece by piece every day, because they're so stuck in whatever situation that they've been in. Yeah, really this feeling of being suffocated, perhaps not literally, but like the soul is being suffocated. They're not getting the chance to authentically shine. So I'm looking at the colouring of these cards quite a lot. So on this prayer card, you can see this person is in the darkness. They're in this almost like despair, this suffocation feeling. They're reaching up, they're hoping, they're praying because they want to move towards their happiness, their light. The unseen. The unseen represents to me the forces kind of beyond the veil, the other side, the afterlife, whatever you kind of want to call it, the things that we can't explain. You know, whoever was pinching my arm, and this is to me like spirit. You know, somebody perhaps has prayed for help in the situation, help me get out, show me the way, show me the path out of. Show me the path to happiness. I can't keep going on in this. It's like your prayer's been heard, that there's unseen forces who are working for your highest good. They're trying to help you out of this situation. What's this one? The Temple. Again, could literally be somebody who's literally gone and prayed, like gone to church, perhaps somebody who doesn't normally go to church. They've gone to ask for help because they don't know what else to do. Look, like this person's praying. This one's called the prayer. Could be something to do with the body. Again, I got this sense of somebody perhaps having health issues, perhaps having to need some kind of surgery, some kind of operation, to do with the body. Your body is your temple. Perhaps somebody who hasn't been treating their body very well, perhaps somebody who has overworked or taken a lot of chemicals into the system in order to kind of deal with the pressures of everyday life, whether that be things to put them up or things to calm them down. With that country house song, I think it does talk about that kind of thing a little bit, about piles up analyst bills, takes all manner of pills in the country. So yes, it could be definitely be somebody who's not treating their body as the temple. They may need to. They may be experiencing health issues because of, I feel like perhaps a very fast-paced lifestyle that they've been living. The siren, interesting. So there's a siren here. I feel like the siren call is what speaks to your soul. So all these authentic colours, these rainbow colours that I see as being kind of like your soul's thumbprint, your heart's thumbprint, the things that you're passionate about, the things that speak to you, the thing that calls to you, the thing that makes you want to move. What is that siren call for you? What I feel like whatever it is, it's trying to lead you to your happiness. It's trying to pull you out of the darkness, because if I'm talking to you, if this is your situation, if this is what you're in, you feel like you're wearing a mask every day, you're not happy, your soul is dying, your soul's being suffocated. So if you trust that voice, trust the siren song, trust the call that is trying to get you to move out of that situation. It's like because it's trying to shift you to these colours. The siren as well represents kind of love to me. It can represent seduction, something that is unhealthy. Somebody could definitely be dealing with something that's unhealthy. Some kind of unhealthy addiction. The cave. Oh, right. Okay, they're giving me Mumford and Sons. Sing your siren's call, sing all you want. I will not hear what you have to say, 'cause I need freedom now, and I need to know how to live my life as it's meant to be. There you go, that's the reading done. That's the message. So I feel like it's I feel like it's two things to the siren today, three things, just telling me three things. One, literally a siren. Somebody could have had some kind of health issue, possibly needed to call an ambulance. Two, it's a siren's call, an addiction, something that needs cutting out with this sword card, something that is keeping you trapped in a dark cycle, in a dark place. It's keeping you trapped in the cave. But also, I feel like there's a second siren call, like there's a good one and a bad one, and you'll know instinctively what is good and what isn't good, because the good siren call is getting you to move, it's getting you out of that cave, it's out of that funk, that dark place. See, I was saying you, it's like somebody's in this dark place. Come crawling out of the cave, come crawling on your hands. It says something like this in the song. Yeah, definitely. I'm going to write that down because that's definitely something that I feel is applying very well here to this song, to this reading, sorry. The cave. It comes out often as well. I feel like it's kind of like it's somebody's journey throughout the tarot. It's somebody that I'm connecting with who's going through this. So I feel like that cave song is particularly relevant to their situation. What do I want to pull cards on? No, I think I'm clear on that. Yeah, I think I'm pretty clear. Tell me about the siren. Tell me about the siren. Yeah, somebody's at a bit of a choice point. They're not cutting something out. They're not blocking something that they need to block. So the Son of Swords is the Knight of Swords. It's somebody who takes action. They'll cut things out if they need to cut things out. They'll move towards the things that they need to move towards. They'll take decisive action. Very fast-paced as well. It's also a card about getting clarity, receiving information, news coming in. It's kind of like the messenger card of the tarot. Somebody riding in with information. The Two of Swords in reverse. In the upright, it's a card about blocking something. Blocking something, protecting your heart space, the need to not overthink, but to try and use your intuition to guide you through a situation. You've got a lot of swords here. I do really feel strongly that somebody needs to cut something out, that they need to block something, because it's in the reverse. You see that it's a need to block something. Also, really noticing this kind of eclipse here, the sun and moon on this card, this star on this card. You'll know what's healthy for you and what is unhealthy for you, because what happens, the siren, if it was, for example, something like alcohol, being addicted to alcohol, it calls to you like a siren. It's, I can help you black out, right? If you're stressed, if you're struggling, I can numb that pain. I can numb your thoughts. Come to me. I'll pull you into that blackness where you don't have to have as much going on anymore, right? So it's hard to resist the siren call of an addiction, but it makes you unhealthy, right? I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to shut the window. So we're talking about the body being the temple here. You'll see the effects on your body. You won't be as healthy. You won't have as much energy. You'll be lethargic. I know if I drink too much, my acne flares up, I get dry skin. Literally, alcohol stops you absorbing certain minerals that can affect your mental health and your capacity to process information. So you're not, even if you're eating well, if you're drinking, that the drinking is going to block out the nutrients that your brain needs to function normally. It's going to keep you feeling dark. It's almost like a never-ending cycle of solving one problem with another, which then needs to be solved by the first problem. So it's not healthy. So if you're in some kind of addictive cycle that keeps you low, that keeps you stuck, that keeps you struggling, this is really very strongly saying that it's time to block that out for your health, and for your happiness. And this is spirit on your side helping you. Now, the other side of the siren is it can be the universe coming along, like this star, like this hope, like this dream that gets you to move. Sometimes you can get a little bit comfortable, stuck in a pattern of behavior, and you you get stuck in that kind of negative cycle where you just kind of, it's familiar and it's comfortable and it's easy. And sometimes there's something comes along that seems like a hope, a dream, a wish, an opportunity, a chance, something perhaps that feels a little bit impossible, but it's like almost like a once in a lifetime opportunity. Sorry, this is intuitive. Some kind of siren call, but it's a siren call to get you to move, and it's a challenge. It's like the universe coming in and saying, here's a challenge. Are you going to stay in this slump? Are you going to stay in this suffocating cycle, or are you going to move? Are you going to try? And it's hard, right? It's hard to come out of that cave. Please do listen to that song, The Cave by Mumford & Sons. I feel like it's applying quite strongly here. Tell me about the unseen. Right, okay. Somebody doesn't have strength. Why do they not have the strength? Oh, yeah, they're stuck in the thoughts. This is why they're trying to numb the pain. Just move these up here. Yeah, somebody's stuck in a very, very negative thought cycle. You can see I really like this card for the illustration, because I think it very clearly conveys the mood of this card. It's the Nine of Swords. It's probably one of the most painful cards in the whole of the tarot. It talks about mental torture almost. You can see the pain of this card. It's your own thoughts eating away at your own mind. It can indicate depression, anxiety, quite extreme, torturous almost mental issues. So many swords right in this reading. You've got the sword right in the center there. So yeah, it's somebody is really, they don't feel like they have a lot of confidence with the Strength in reverse. Again, I was picking up on imposter syndrome with that mask card, with the dreams that I had. So yeah, this is like somebody either does not have a lot of confidence. They have their thoughts torture them. Their own thoughts tell them that they're not good enough. Their own thoughts hold them back. They keep them stuck in this perpetual cycle because they don't have the strength, the courage to break free. So I feel like the unseen, the spirit is here helping this person to have the strength to move. What else do I think I need to clarify here? Clarify this. I feel like the sword is this. Tell me about the prayer. Tell me about the prayer. What's the wish? What's the dream? What's this person wishing for? To come out of the cold in a situation. This person definitely, I feel like their own thoughts hold them back. They keep them, they make, this person misses out on opportunities because they're so, I don't think they let themselves go for things. The Five of Pentacles in the reverse is a card about, well, the Five of Pentacles is a card about feeling out in the cold, feeling left out of situations, feeling like something didn't go your way. You perhaps had some kind of tangible loss. And the kind of main example that I use for the Five of Pentacles is somebody who leaves a long-term relationship and they have to divide the assets. You've took a material loss, a financial loss, and there's a lot of sense of disappointment, a feeling like things just didn't go your way. So it could apply to a lot of different situations. Could be there's some kind of financial, tangible, material loss, or yeah, just a feeling of like missing out on opportunities as well. Feeling out in the cold, feeling definitely like depression here, anxiety. It's difficult. I understand it's difficult. I'm there with you. I've been there with you. I know how this feels. I've been in this cycle and I'm out of it. So just know that you can break free from this cycle, but it is going to take a little bit of work on your part. The universe is on your side, but you do need to co-create with the universe to make things happen. One thing that really helped me was the kind of the saying from classical culture, fortune favors the bold, fortune and love favor the bold. You have to be brave, you have to take steps out of that cave, out of that comfort zone, in order for the universe to be able to bring opportunities to you. The more brave you are, the more chances you take, the more likely you are to have success. Yes, sometimes you will fail. You have to be prepared to fail. Okay, you have to steel yourself against that. But if you go in, this person goes in expecting to fail. So what is there to lose? If you're going into something expecting to fail, then you've there's no loss there in that situation. You might as well give it a try. Fortune favors the bold. Give it a shot. Best case scenario, it works out for you. Worst case scenario, you know better, you know worse off than you were before. So it's all about the attitude that you take to things. And the more it's almost like the way I do it is the more if I don't move, if I don't take any chances, then nothing will change. But the more gambles you take, not literally gambling, don't gamble, that's another kind of addiction, but it's like the more chances you take, the more doors you open, the more likely there is that one of those doors will lead somewhere. Yes, you might open 10 doors, 9 of them might shut, but that 10th door might open to somewhere that's really, really good. And also, what's the saying? A lot of tarot card readers say this, rejection is God's protection. That's the first time I've ever said it, but I've heard it a few times from other tarot card readers. Rejection is God's protection. So if you go for something and the unseen, the spirit, the universe is like, this isn't your path, this isn't right for you, just think of it as, right, okay, I was rejected for this. The door closed because that's not what I'm meant to do. That's not my path. I tried it. It didn't work out. So brilliant. Thank you for rejecting me, because I know that wasn't my path. I'm going to keep opening doors until I find the one that is right for me. There's an attitude change with this, and it's not easy. It takes time. You have to keep keep geeing yourself up, keep getting back on that horse. You're going to have days where you fail. You're going to have days where you sink back into this dark cave where it's like, that rejection hurt. That rejection really hurt. I need to spend the day in bed. And I need to call it quits for today. Get it out my system. Sit in this for a little while, process it. And then tomorrow I'm going to get back up, I'm going to try again. It's when you sit in this for too long, when it becomes a trap, that the cave is a trap, that you that it becomes a destructive cycle. It's okay to feel this. It's okay to feel this, as long as it's temporary, as long as you get back up on your feet. So if you're having difficulty, if you really are having difficulty, do go and speak to your doctor. Ask for mental health advice. Perhaps you do need to speak to a therapist. That country house song, Analyst Bills. You don't always necessarily need to get expensive counselling. Also, if you're paying for counselling and it's expensive counselling, it's not working for you, you do have the right to try a different service. You do have to have the right to ask for a different counsellor, to get somebody who is more understanding, more on your wavelength, who can find those tips that work for you. Different things work for everybody. Not the things that work for me may not work for you, but something will work for you. It's all about opening those doors, right? So yeah, if you're struggling, if you're stuck in this, please do reach out for some kind of support. Your doctor, your family, your friends, free counselling services, online or over the phone, helplines, such as in the UK we have the Samaritans. You can Google this, or you can there are health services open to you, and while that specific one may not work for you, it may give you contacts or open doors to other services. So it's all about opening those doors, I feel, for today in your reading. Right, okay. Tell me, do I want to ask? Tell me about apocalypsis. Tell me about apocalypse. Two of Cups in reverse. A relationship may have ended for you. It may have been very, very painful. It may be there may be a relationship that you need to end, that you need to walk away from because it's a toxic relationship. An example of this would be, again, I watched a Sandra Bullock film called 28 Days Later, I think it's called. I may be getting that confused with a zombie movie. There's a zombie movie with a similar name, or 28 Days. It's a Sandra Bullock movie where she goes, she's an alcoholic, and she goes away to a rehab centre. She's in a relationship at the start of that movie with somebody else who, they live that scene, they live that party lifestyle, they live that going out with friends, drinking, having laughs, but it's not good for them. It's I've just split the deck without really thinking about it, and the Son of Cups is there. So I'll talk about that in a moment, with the Eight of Wands. Okay, yeah. I'll come back to that in a moment. I feel like that's going to be the next message. So up here, this I feel like there is a relationship that is keeping somebody trapped in a toxic cycle. In that movie, he comes to visit her in rehab, but he brings alcohol in a flask. So he's not supporting her. He's keeping her trapped in this very, very poisonous, toxic behavior pattern that is actually ruining her life. It's not making her happy. It's damaging connections with those people that she loves. And while there might be love there between them, it's a toxic love. It's a cycle that needs to be broken. So I feel like here, either somebody has lost a relationship, lost a loved one. It doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It can be a friend. It also, or somebody needs to end a relationship that because it's toxic, because it's keeping them, isn't enabling them, right? It's codependent. It's and this is the meaning of the Two of Cups in the reverse as well. It can be codependency. It's reliance on another person. It's an unequal relationship. They show me a seesaw where one person's high and one person's low. So it's like no, what? No, wait, hang on. What are they doing? Okay, they're showing me an image of, rather than it being balanced like a seesaw, where it's kind of one-sided, so much that one person is very heavy, and they're showing me the other person, the person who's high on the seesaw, sliding down the seesaw to the other person who's at the bottom. So the imagery that I'm being shown is that instead of balancing out, it's unequal. Somebody's dragging the other person down here. The other person doesn't have perhaps the strength to balance this out, to get that other person back up again. Perhaps that other person needs to go and get help themselves. This is a theme that was coming through in another reading. I can't remember which one it was, but don't let this person drag you down with them is kind of the message that's coming through here. Some people, if you're in a codependent relationship, part of the problem there is that it feels safe, it feels secure, it's enabling that other person, and so while you're there trying to support them, you actually, with all the love and good intention in the world, can sometimes be keeping them trapped because they don't need to change. You're picking up the slack for them. It's kind of like that, if you love someone, set them free kind of thing, where it's that this person has to have that tower moment. They have to have like literally, look, the lightning bolt on there. They have to have that shock, that wake up call that shakes them out of that cycle, because otherwise they're never going to stop. They're never going to stop. They're going to be in that cave forever because it's comfortable. It could be spirit coming in, making this person uncomfortable by taking away, severing that link with this codependent relationship. So they have to pick themselves up. They've got no other option, right? Or they have options, but they're not good options. So this person has to get up and stand on their own 2 feet. So I don't know which side of this you're on. There's a few different messages that could come through. There's definitely this feeling of like being left out in the cold here, but I think somebody's possibly getting over it because it's in the reverse. What else was coming through here? they're giving me Bury a Friend by Billie Eilish. It could be that you've take which storyline resonates for you, because I'm getting a few different things that it could be for different people. For some of you, this is friends. You go out partying with friends, right? You have a social circle where it's like, oh, come out with us, come and drink. Maybe you go out too often, maybe you drink too much with these people. It doesn't have to be drink as well, it can be other things. Whatever it is. But you perhaps have lost a friend, perhaps one friend sunk too far down, and you lost them, and that was your shock, that was your wake-up call. Like the lightning bolt on this card and the lightning bolt on this card here. It's like, right, I don't want that to be me. I don't want that to be me. I have to change. So we've got this lightning bolt here on this Eight of Wands card. This is action being taken, it's communication, it's something happening. I feel like this is that person finally cutting out what they have to cut out and getting out, opening the new doors. I'm really seeing it as cutting out relationships that keep them in that cycle, with that siren and those things up there. The Son of Cups though is here. This is the Knight of Cups. So we had the Knight of Swords over there rushing in to take action, to cut something out, to communicate. And now we have the Son of Cups. This represents a very loving, healthy, emotional connection, rushing in. So it could be you rushing towards someone else with a cup of love, or it could be somebody rushing into you with a cup of love. It could be someone coming in with coming in to help you. It's almost like perhaps somebody else has realized the situation that somebody's in and they're rushing in to help. Just be wary that you don't enable. I'm sorry, I'm being drawn back to working in schools. We had this system called scaffolding, where if a child was you were supporting a child in their learning, and you had this idea of building up a scaffold and then taking the scaffold away. So if they were really, really struggling, you'd add a little bit of scaffolding. You say, okay, where do you think you could look for the answer to this question? Which prompts them to kind of search for the answer themselves, to think of ways that they could solve the problem. And then you go, if they're still struggling, you scaffold a bit more and you say, okay, is there anything on this page that can help you? Or you might say, this is the problem, so we need to find something like this so that you can solve the problem. What here could help you? So you're gradually adding more and more support for this person, and then but also taking it away. So removing a bit of the scaffold and saying, okay, well, what did we do last time? What worked last time? And then eventually the idea is you can remove the scaffold and they'll be able to do it on their own. So how much, if you're supporting somebody who's in this position, how much scaffolding do they need? Don't overgive, because if you overgive, if you do everything for them in the best possible intention, right, with the meaning to help them, meaning to support them, meaning to look after them when they're struggling, which is beautiful, gorgeous, true loving, beautiful energy to be in. Just be aware though that the real way to help them is to teach them to support themselves. So look at ways where you can pull that scaffolding back to encourage them to give things a try. And you can always be there, with the safety net when they, if they fall. If it doesn't work out, you're there, you can put that scaffolding back up. But make sure you're bringing it down often. Is kind of the message that's coming through with that. Otherwise, you don't want to look. There's the Mother of Cups underneath there as well. It could be a mother-son relationship. Six of Cups. This is talking about the need for equal give and take in a relationship. Nine of Pentacles, talking about somebody being able to stand on their own 2 feet. Yeah, this could be a situation where somebody may have clouded judgment there with the Judgment and the Moon card. Yeah, keeping them trapped. Yeah. They're giving me, I think it's Coldplay. If you never try, you never know. If you never try, you never know just what you are or just what you're worth. Fix You by Coldplay. I'm just gonna write that down. I always think that sounds like he's singing to his daughter. If you never try, you never know. But when things go wrong, I'll be here to put you back together again. And that's a really healthy relationship. I'm encouraging. Sorry, I don't know what's wrong with my my phone today. It keeps cutting out. Encouraging this person to be independent, to grow as a person, but also being there to catch them on the bad days. And everybody has those bad days. It's okay to have bad days. Just don't wallow in it. Oh, look at that beautiful four of voices there. That is the time. That's the need to take some time out to heal. That's the spa day, right? The time to relax, to unwind, to allow those thoughts to process in order to release them. Beautiful card, beautiful image. Advice then, please. Can we get some advice? Or what? No. Okay. Control over to you guys. To the spirits, to my guides. Releasing control. What do you want to tell me? There we go. Nine of Inspiration. Nine of Inspiration. This is the Wounded Warrior card. Somebody who's been on a long journey. Somebody who's it's been a long road. It's feeling very, very battered and bruised at the end of this, knowing that they're getting close to a finish line in some kind of probably personal healing, personal journey. The Eight of Materials, this is putting a lot of work into something. Today I'm seeing it as somebody who's putting a lot of work into themselves, to their development, to it's kind of trial and error in life. I'm seeing it as getting back on the bike. If you never try, you never know. So even if you fail, you're still getting something good out of that, because it's a learning experience. So imagine you go to, talking about this 10 doors again, imagine you go to 10 interviews. You've never done an interview before. The first 9 interviews, you don't get anywhere. Every single one of those interviews, you've gained experience in what an interview is like. You know the kind of questions to expect. You know the kind of the format of the procedure, the formal kind of system of an interview. So by the 10th one, perhaps you've kind of mastered it, and you get that offer. So there's value in failure. There's value in effort, no matter what the outcome is. And this is something that I learned myself a couple of years back, and it's really good, because it's retraining your brain to think about things in a different way. Not, oh, that door didn't open for me, I didn't get that job, I'm a total failure. You change it to, I'm so proud of myself for trying that. That was really scary for me. I was so scared of failing. I didn't get the job, but I'm so proud of myself for applying for it and taking that brave step. I know that I can be brave again and take that step again in the future. It's retraining your brain to look at the good things. 1 second. Okay, so the Five of Materials again. This is the same card again here. Yeah, this is what it is. It's exactly this. It's perseverance. This card means perseverance to me. The Wounded Warrior is someone who keeps going, keeps backing up, keeps getting back up on their feet, and keeps persevering with something. And what this person's persevering with is putting in the work, doing something over and over again, mastering it. And what they're mastering is how to deal with failure, how to deal with rejection, what to do when you feel left out in the cold. Like, this is like spirit here, like coming in, picking this person back up and saying, you can rebuild. Okay, don't wallow in self-pity. What's this going to be? The Page of Voices. Yeah, another card about learning, studying, watching. I feel like possibly someone's watching you. If this is you and you've been on this journey of like learning how to fail. Okay, it's a skill. And again, this is something we taught the children in school. Learning how, seeing failure as an opportunity for growth, seeing rejection as an opportunity to learn something. We had I did a display, and it was a kind of 2 sides of a bank with a big pit. And the children could move themselves across this whenever they wanted to. So all the children started on one side of this pit, and every morning would say, where are you today? Do you want to go and put yourself on the board? It wasn't my idea, it was the teacher's idea. I just did the display. It was amazing. So the children would come, and sometimes they'd be in the pit, right at the bottom of the pit, having a really tough day, being in this, this 9 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles energy of being like, I'm at the bottom and I can't get up right now. And we'd kind of go, okay, okay, it's okay to feel like that. You're having a bad day. Why are you there? Are there any steps we can think of to kind of make your day better, to get you out of that? Which side do you want to get out on? Are you going to go back to where you were, or are you going to kind of keep trying to climb up that bank, keep going, keep persevering to this side? If you go back to where you were, tomorrow's another day, we can try again. So yeah, sometimes children would have a very successful day and they put themselves on the other side. They'd overcome the obstacles. So this is kind of the what's happening, but I feel like somebody's watching you do this, or you're watching other people do it. It's like you're figuring it out. You kind of, perhaps it's a case of, oh, that person fell down, that person was rejected, but they're okay. How did they do that? How did they pick themselves back up? So this card is kind of about studying. Since this card, the 5 of Pentacles, came out twice, I'm going to actually read this one for you. I feel like that's a good one to read today. These cards, this deck, it's the Muse Tarot by Chris Ann. I don't know if you're looking for a tarot pack to get, this one's very inspirational. All the cards that are very, very difficult energies, difficult to handle, she has a brilliant spin on all of them. So let's see what she has to say about this card. I've never read this one before. The actual description of this card in this particular deck. 5 of Materials then. Keywords: hardship, worries about safety and security, feelings of being left out, financial difficulties or health struggles, seeking shelter, scarcity. And this is the thing, right? If you, what keeps you stuck in that cycle is the fear of losing that comfort zone. So it's like if you were in a bad relationship, being afraid to leave because you think, well, I'm going to lose my house. What am I going to do? I'm going to lose my possessions. So I don't know. Let's just read it. I'll pick it up while I do. The muse spots her sleeping outside the gates of flow and abundance. She's cried herself to sleep, believing that she hasn't been granted access to this entrance. She's dangerously close to the edge. Yeah, dangerously close to the edge, wrapped in little more than a tattered sheet of self-worth and memories of better days. She holds a tiny light of hope close to her as she sleeps, but it is so very dim that the muse wonders if she can still see it at all. It certainly doesn't look bright enough to light her way into the hall. With a helping hand, she nudges the small creature to safety. The muse knows that the entrance is closer than we think, and she wants all of us to enter the doorway of abundant well-being. She asks you to accept worthiness with an open heart and heal the rift between you and any wealth and health you desire but aren't experiencing today. You are never alone or forgotten. You are always welcome in the great hall of love. There you go. And you had that unseen card down here. This is literally Spirit watching you. Like, look, yeah, this is a card about watching. Spirit's watching you. They've seen you. They know you're struggling. They're gently nudging you, perhaps possibly with a positive siren call, right? There's something that is calling to you, some kind of wish or hope. And they're using that, Spirit's using that, whether you get it or not, right? Whether you achieve that dream, whether you achieve that goal, Spirit's using it to encourage you to keep moving. You don't want to stay. Like, why would you stay there? Like, yes, you're tired. Yes, you're the wounded warrior, but you if this person looked up and looked around, they would move in the direction of the warmth and comfort. Nobody would stay here, voluntarily. So it's like Spirit nudging you, saying, like, remember your hopes, your dreams, your wishes. Remember the things that you want in life. Okay, it may be difficult, it may be dark, but keep your goals in sight. Keep moving towards your dreams, and eventually you're going to get there. It may be a long journey, it may be a long battle, but I think the lesson, the soul lesson, the soul growth lesson that you're learning is how to pick yourself up and how to keep going. It's very much like the polar bear energy for me. If at first you don't succeed, try and try again, and try and try and try and try and try and try again. And if that doesn't work, change your goals, change your goalposts, try for something else, but don't stop trying. The moon there on the bottom, yeah. Use your intuition to guide you out of this. Don't worry about the dark. Don't worry about the things that you can't see. Don't worry about not knowing the future, not knowing how things are going to work out. I feel like it's a fear of failure, a fear of things not going your way. But if you don't try, you've failed already, so you might as well try. Use your intuition. Move towards the things that make you happy. Move towards the things that you want, if they're healthy for you. Okay, any more advice? What else do you want to say before I close out this reading? Yeah, you have to fight. You have to keep picking yourself up, keep fighting, keep going for that dream. What makes you passionate? What does make you passionate? Go for that. If you're stuck, if you don't know what to do, just do what you want, right? Within reason, within health. Okay, really good cards. Wow, beautiful cards. I'm going to put them quite high up here so you can see underneath, because the imagery of these cards is just gorgeous. So here, right next to each other, you've got the Page of Swords twice. The Page of Voices is the Page of Swords. So I'll come to this in a moment. You've got two major arcana here, the Wheel and Justice. If you felt like the world has been against you, if you feel like you've been born under a rain cloud, that nothing ever goes your way, this is saying that your luck is about to change. Divine justice is coming in for you. Karma is coming in for you. If you spent all your life being a good person, thinking I do so much for others, I'm always so kind, I'm always so considerate, I always kind of do everything that's asked of me and put all this work in, and it never pays off for me, why me? This is saying all that karma that you've built up over time is bubbling up for you. It's there, ready to come in and just bring this gorgeous like karma into your life. But you have to get up. You have to keep moving. You have to get up. You have to take the steps to it. It's there. It's there. It's coming. So the Wheel is a brand new, fresh cycle in your life. It could be a twist of luck, a twist of fate. It could be your luck changing in a situation. It's in the upright, so it's positive. It's with the Justice card. The Justice is about, it can be about karma, it can be about reaping what you've sown, about fairness, about balance. If something's been unjust, right, I was talking over here about perhaps there's a relationship for you that has been one-sided. Perhaps you've given too much in a relationship. This is saying like the scales will balance out. That seesaw is going to become equal for you. Work with the universe, co-create with the universe, keep getting up, keep opening doors, because the universe is on your side. The Seven of Wands is standing up for yourself. Don't let people walk all over you. If there's something you want, stand up and go for it. They're showing me kind of like perhaps a workplace situation. This is an example, it doesn't have to be this. A workplace situation where somebody perhaps has a bit of imposter syndrome, where it's like, well, I don't deserve that, I'm not the best at doing this, kind of looking at all your faults and not looking at all your successes and thinking, well, there's all these other people who are better suited to that role than me, I'm not even going to apply because I won't even get it anyway, that person's more likely to get it than me. This is saying, no, stand up for yourself, go in there, barge into the office and be like, these are all the reasons why I'm awesome. If you don't want to hire me, if you want to go and hire that guy, then fine. But, I think you should hire me because I've done all this stuff. So it's learning how to, it really is a learning curve for you, and it's not going to happen overnight. It comes with time and practice. This is really saying stand up for yourself, know your own worth, study, learn, watch other people. How do you fake it till you make it? I totally... as part of I've been through this exact story. It could be like my life a few years back. I did that work in the school where I volunteered in the school for quite a long time to gain experience. I thought that I wanted to go into teacher training, so I got the experience in the school. Had a lot of confidence issues. I eventually got offered a position at the school. So I went from being a volunteer to being a paid worker at the school. Again, gained a lot more experience, which I'm sharing with you now, right? If I hadn't have done any of those things, I wouldn't have this experience to share with you today. I eventually gained enough experience where I said, right, okay, I'm going to apply for teacher training now. I really didn't think I was good enough. Really didn't think I was good enough. I worked really, really hard. I studied really hard. I asked for advice from other teachers around me. Some of the teachers were really, really supportive. Shout out Heather, different Heather than the one that was in the reading the other day. A teacher who gave me union magazines to go through, so I knew about all the latest issues in teaching, in education. The things that were going on. So when I went to my interview, I was armed with so much knowledge. I was so prepared, and I was so nervous, and I felt my imposter syndrome was acting up so much, but I just faked it. Like, I didn't even fake it. I felt like I was faking it because of the imposter syndrome, right? I just went in there and I was like, yeah, I'm awesome. I've got all this experience and all this knowledge, which I actually did have, right? I just didn't feel it because I've got confidence issues. But it's like, I was just like, right, I'm going to go in there. I'm going to do this interview as a performance. I'm going to perform like an amazing teacher, like all those other teachers at school that I think are amazing. I'm going to go in like I'm one of those. And then I got accepted onto the course. I didn't follow through with it because of various reasons, but I did get accepted onto the course. And then I looked back on it and I thought, do you know what? I did all that research. I put in so much work. I knew exactly what I was talking about. And as well, like talking to some of the other people who weren't as prepared as me, I was like, do you know what? Actually, I do deserve to be here and I do deserve this place. And, I actually can do this. I am actually a brilliant, the potential to be a brilliant teacher, because I'd actually. And it was funny how it worked because it came from a place of not having, of having imposter syndrome, of feeling like a fraud. But it kind of pushed me to get all that, to do all that work and justify my position. And actually, it got me into a position where I was like, I deserve this. I damn right. I'm so proud of myself. And I'm so proud of myself for doing that and for going for that, thinking that I was going in to fail, right? Every step of the way, even volunteering, I didn't think they'd want me to be a volunteer. It's a huge growth thing for me, and I feel like you're perhaps at the start of this path that I was on. It's almost like an exact pattern of my experience. All the little things you can do are going to be brilliant for you, and it does start with looking after your body, making sure you eat well. You don't put toxins into your body because you want to have that clear thought, right? I'm going to say sleep well as well. Get plenty of sleep, it really helps. Not that I sleep well anymore, but do what you can. Take all the steps you can take to look after your body, because when you look after your body, your mind can clear, health issues can become easier, and it's a several pronged approach, right? Like the seven of wands, you've got to come at it from different angles. So speak to your doctor, get the prescriptions you need, get the clinical advice you need, speak to counsellors, speak to friends, gain experience, think about how you process your thoughts, how can you change your thought patterns, all these things. It's coming at it from all these different angles, but it will get you out of it and it will get you into a better place. So if I can do it, then you can too. This research, this studying, asking questions of other people. How did you get that job? How did you feel? Were you nervous? Do you know what? Everybody's nervous when they apply for a job. There's very few people who go into it feeling really confident. Most people are like, I was so nervous, I didn't think I was going to get it. And when you speak to people and ask them, you find out these things, and everybody's just the same as you, really, on the inside. It's surprising, actually, how many people go through this. I'd say that most people experience this. Some people just learn faster than others, right? And you learn faster the more doors you open, the more chances you take, the more you grow. If you sit there in that comfort zone, not moving, then you're not getting the growth. You have to fail to grow. it comes to the Six of Cups. So where we had this imbalanced relationship earlier on, people who take more from you than they give, people who keep you in toxic cycles, this positive relationship is coming through for you. Six of Cups, it did show itself earlier as well. This is about getting into relationships, getting into situations where there's equal give and take, where there's equal some emotional support, where emotions are shared with other people. There is a bit of a sense of nostalgia for the past with this card as well. So you may be thinking about connections perhaps that you've lost. You may want to reach out to people that you've lost touch with from your past who were good for you. But this is inviting good relationships into your life that support you and you support them. So yeah, gorgeous, brilliant reading. Actually very comprehensive. I'm really glad I did this reading, even though I wanted to play Need for Speed. I can see why I did it. It's there's a lot of myself in this reading as well, my own journey. Right, okay. Best advice then, please. What do you have for me today? In the underlying, you've got endings are inevitable. Everybody experiences loss and endings in their life. When one door closes, another door opens. So sometimes you do have to accept that something's ended, let go, and open up new doors. 1 second, I just need to stop and restart my video. There we go. I've smuggled a couple of extra minutes from the time there. Voyage, you already have all the answers. I feel like you're leaving. I feel like you're the one on this ship, right? So this person's here saying goodbye, feeling left behind. This person's on this ship going off on a voyage. It could be there's two people here. One person who is getting left behind, getting stuck. One person who's going out onto a journey to discover something new. There's no reason why this person couldn't also get on a boat and go off on a journey. But I think they have to believe that they can do it first. So I don't know who you are or which point you're on. So this person's missed out on an opportunity. This person's took the offer. Yeah, exactly. This is giving me that kind of Five of Pentacles energy of feeling like you've missed out on something. It's like, right, okay, you've missed out on things. Things didn't go your way. You missed the boat on that one. More boats will come in for you. Are you gonna get on them, or are you gonna sit there wishing you'd got on them? Are you gonna take the offers when they come? So I'm noticing all the stars as well here, all these dreams, hopes, wishes. She's going into the unknown, but she's prepared. She's prepared to discover new things. She's gorgeous, isn't she? Right, okay. And there's that siren, right? I was talking about the bad siren and the good siren. This is the good siren for me, encouraging you to move, encouraging you to try new things, get out of that comfort zone, go on that new voyage. So let's see what the book says on this one. You already have all the answers. You've been feeling lost for a while now, wandering through your life aimlessly. I feel so called out right now. Searching everywhere for meaning and never coming up with anything of substance. That's the problem. You keep searching for the answers outside yourself when all the answers can be found within, if you take the time to look. You need a spiritual mentor, and at this point in your life, that person needs to be you. Okay, yeah, you don't need me anymore. You've got all the answers inside yourself, and you do. Trust yourself, trust your gut, trust your instincts. If you listen to that little voice inside you, it's always gonna, there's a good voice and a bad voice, right? That siren works both ways. What makes you happy? What makes you smile? What makes you passionate? What makes you care? Move towards those things. Move towards the things that wake you up inside. Now I'm getting Evanescence. Wake me up inside. Call my name and save me from the dark. Bid my blood to run before I've come undone. Save me from the nothing I've become. So perhaps this is definitely like getting out of a codependent relationship, relying on others, needing to solve these issues from a place within yourself. So I'm going to read this one too. As humans, we tend to see things in black and white, forgetting to account for all the grey in between. There's someone in your life who's begun to fade away, or maybe they've gone altogether now. Don't fight it. Real relationships are not the same as fairy tales we know and love. There are no neat and tidy bows to tie things up at the end, leaving you satisfied. Acceptance isn't easy, but it's the thing you need to work towards. We create our own closure. I hope that was helpful to you. Oh, look, sword again, make the change. You know what changes you need to make. Stars again, look, it's all so comprehensive. You can manifest your every wish. Follow your dreams. Cut out the things that don't serve you. End the relationships that are codependent, that keep you stuck. You don't even have to end them in a dramatic, cruel way. You just, don't let people hold you back from following your dreams. Right, I really hope that was helpful to you. I can see why I needed to do that reading. It's very comprehensive. I really hope it helps you. I know that readings have helped me in the past to kind of give myself a pep talk, right? So hopefully this was the pep talk you needed. I hope it helps you. Get the support, reach out if you need to. Leave me a like and subscribe and comment if you like. If you don't want to, totally fine as well. Best of luck on your journey. You've got this. You're awesome. I'll see you again soon.